Welcome to Poets and Quants' Inside the Top 10 Online MBA Spotlight, a series highlighting some of the top online programs in the business. I'm your host, Christy Blyzeffer, and today we're here with Dr. Jordan Holliday, Director of Graduate Recruiting at Auburn University, Harbert College of Business. This year, Harbert rose 4 spots to number 7, breaking into the top 10 of P&Q's ranking of the best online MBA programs in the U.S. And welcome, Jordan, and congratulations. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. We're very excited to be in the top 10, and I'm happy to be speaking with you today.
Yeah, well, we've been watching you kind of rise in the rankings the last few years, so I'm delighted to learn a little bit more about what makes you guys, rise to the top. Well, let's get into a little bit more of, just kind of the nuts and bolts of the program. What would you say are the two to key differentiators of the Harvard Online MBA that contributed to the top 10 ranking?
When you look at the rankings for poets and quants, one of the areas that we ranked high in was the admission standards section, specifically the 1-year retention rate for the second year in a row. We were at 100%, putting us at the top of that. And I think that part of it is because of the high quality students that we recruit. Our students average over 8 years of professional work experience within the program. So we do have working professionals that are coming in. And I think a second differentiator for us that I would say, and one thing that we value about the Poets and Quants ranking, is that it does actually survey alumni and get that student perspective, which is so important because they know our programs better than we do often. And that second thing would be, the student-centered support and advising that our students get when they're in the program. We have, in addition to our faculty, a separate staff whose sole responsibility is to provide that individualized support to our students. And having that resource allows them to excel in the program and helps us retain them at that 100% rate after the first year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's surprising to see the range of those retention rates after 1 year, and the ones that are really rising are the ones that are able to keep students engaged, which can be more difficult on an online program. And we also, particularly the admission standards, students want to know that the people that they're on Zoom with are actually serious students. And so the academic or those admission standards are very important. You also mentioned the alumni survey, which
Yes.
Harbert did particularly well in. In fact, you finished 8th out of 61 for that student experience and that learning environment. Tell us a little bit more about what the student experience is like. What is the structure of the program?
Absolutely. Our program is a fully asynchronous program, so students can log on and look at that material at whatever time works best for them, which flexibility for our students is important, and we hear that from them coming in and as they're leaving. You can complete the program without ever stepping foot on campus, but we do also offer those on-campus touch points for students who want to take advantage of that, whether that be an immersive week on campus with our faculty and staff, an international trip and elective that they can take as a part of the program, or even participating in case competitions or presentations for a client on campus. All of those are options for students who want that. But if they need to do it all the way from home, asynchronously all the time, that's why the program is designed for them. Most of our students finish the program in about 2.5 years, although we give up to a 6-year window for students to complete the coursework, so they can choose how fast or slow they'd like to take it. Most students take about 1 to 2 classes per semester, and they can also choose what delivery method is going to work for their learning preferences in the courses they're taking. So our courses are either studio produced, or they could be a live lecture capture of our on-campus MBA program students, where you could still hear that dialogue and hear the discussion that's going on in the room, but not have to physically be in the room at that time in order to hear it. So for different classes, if students really want that discussion, maybe for a quantitative class, then they could choose to do that. Or if they feel comfortable with a studio base, then they could do that as well. Our program does have more than 30 elective options, so students can choose to take courses in business analytics and artificial intelligence, supply chain, information systems, finance, or marketing, in addition to their traditional core classes that they would take as a part of the MBA. And then I think the other part of the experience that we want to highlight is just the affordability and the ROI of our program. Auburn's program is the most affordable within the top 10. So that rate of tuition allowing them to still get that top 10 level MBA experience at an affordable tuition rate helps alleviate some of those concerns and pressure when they're in the program.
Yeah, we just put up our cost story from the ranking, and Auburn
Yes.
definitely stands out there on that price point for the top 10 schools, which is an amazing kind of ROI when you're considering, your students don't have to leave the workforce, and are reporting some pay raises and promotions during the course of the degree as well. Well, when you talk to graduates, what do they say are the highlights of the program? What do they tell you?
I mentioned it in the last answer as well, but the flexibility is really the thing that they highlight the most. The ability to choose what pace they want to go, take a semester off if they need it, take 3 classes or 1 or 2 or whatever is going to fit their schedule. That flexibility is really a hallmark of the program that allows it to meet the needs of the student wherever they are in that semester. Also, with the ROI piece, we hear from our students that the ability to apply the material immediately in their workplace is one of the best parts of the program. They don't have to wait until the end of the program to see the benefits of what they're learning because they are working professionals. They're in their job while they're going through these courses. So once they learn that material, they can immediately apply that and see the return on it in real time, which is a great tangible thing for them. And then the last thing I think that we hear from them, which we love, is that at Auburn, we refer to Auburn as the Auburn family. And it truly is a family that extends well beyond our campus. And we find that with our online MBA students as well. I have 3 degrees from Auburn. I have never been anywhere in the world where I haven't run into someone who's wanted to talk to me about being at Auburn. And our online MBA students find that that happens for them too. Once they have a, Auburn MBA backpack or sweatshirt or whatever it is that they're wearing, they're instantly part of a community and network that finds them wherever they are. And that support and that family that comes along with a program that even is from a distance is an enjoyable part of the program for them.
The part about the MBA of the network of so many people, are looking to that degree, and then to be able to find that in an online program as well is something, for many years people didn't consider part of the online program, but
Mhm.
especially at our ranking, we see that that is like such an integral part of the experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say absolutely. I think it's an excellent part of the program.
Yeah. Well, tell people if they want to learn more about the program, where should they start? What's the best way to kind of take that next step?
The easiest way to start would be to visit our website and go to the online MBA page. From there, we would love for you to schedule an appointment with one of our admissions team members. We would love to chat with you in person, on video, on the phone, whatever works best for you, and talk to you more about what you're looking to get out of the MBA and how our program might can be of assistance. I think the more personalized contact we can have with you, the better we can make that experience for you. And just like our student-centered support and advising is very individualized and personalized, I think on the front end of admissions and recruiting, we try to make it that way for each student as well, because it is a big decision to choose to go back to school, especially if you're a working professional. So we want to make sure that your goals align with what our program can provide for you.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Thank you so much, Jordan. Great insight into Harvard's, you know, uh, top 10 online MBA, and congrats again on that. And thanks to everyone who's been watching. You can find out more about Harvard's program from where Jordan said, and also in our 2026 ranking package. It has information about Harvard's admission guidelines, cost, alumni perspective, and much more. Look for videos at our Inside the Top 10 MBA series on our YouTube channel and in our video hub on our website. poetsandquants.com. And so until next time, thanks for listening.